Hello and a warm welcome to All Aboard. I'm Sharon Ferster, and in this series we'll take an exclusive look on board many of the famous cruise ships sailing the ocean waves. Coming up in this edition of the programme, John Cooper takes an exclusive look behind the scenes on board MSC Fantasia, cruising around the Mediterranean. Plus, he's also voyaging with Cunard on board Queen Elizabeth. Let's head to the port and join John on board MSC Fantasia.
Welcome to a day in the life of the MSC Fantasia as we go behind the scenes to find out what really happens to make your cruise the holiday of a lifetime. As the first in an exceptional class of cruise ships, MSC Fantasia is everything a modern cruise ship should be, but with a little extra Italian style added for good measure. As she does her weekly rounds of the Mediterranean, each week she calls into the Italian port of Genoa to both board new cruise customers and to stock up on provisions. The day starts early for Dana Cato, who's the passenger services manager. It's her responsibility to make sure all passengers are safely checked in on board before the ship sails. And head butler Henry Ravino, whose duty it is to make sure all VIP passengers in the MSC Yacht Club are looked after by a team of professionally trained butlers. Already, Dana is making sure all passengers who are due to vacate have left the ship.
Hey, Dora, there's a guest downstairs at the gangway deck 4 to be picked up and taken to Nicola.
Whilst head butler Henry inspects his troops to make sure they're all ready to give boarding VIPs the very best welcome in a special VIP reception area of the port.
Some actors or some important people coming from US, United States and England, United Kingdom. So I trust on you, I believe on you to give always the best, and I don't want to say here the name that you know already the suite number, I said to you yesterday, so be professional. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Meanwhile, in the regular check-in area, it's early doors, but Passenger Services Manager has already arranged for over 1,500 new cruisers to join the ship, so she keeps an eagle eye on how the operation is going.
Okay, missing 1443. Yeah, perfect.
Whilst all the passengers are checking in, they're not the only thing that's joining the ship here. This is the port where most of the week's provisions are taken on board. And with over 3,000 passengers and 1,300 crew, that means you really have to stock up, as food is a major part of the cruise experience. And with specialty restaurants, a la carte restaurants and buffets to replenish, plus the multitude of bars and retail outlets on board, not to mention the hungry staff working 24-hour shifts, it just keeps coming on board. The massive cold stores are stocked up to make sure it's fresh produce all the way, even in the middle of a Mediterranean on this cruise. Back shoreside and the VIP guests are starting to arrive, being met from their private transfers by head butler Henry, whisking them past the butlers waiting to pamper them. They're given a choice of beverage to sample before being taken to the MSC Yacht Club check-in area.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
How are you?
Hi.
Back on board, the ship is preparing for new passengers, with Assistant Cruise Director Valerie Muller welcoming new passengers on board.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon. Welcome to the MSC Fantasia. We would like to inform all our guests that the welcome buffet is waiting for you on deck number 14, the Africana Cafeteria. And of course, on behalf of our master MSC Cruise and all the crew, we would like to wish you a very nice and pleasant cruise. Thank you so much for your attention.
In the kitchen, the chefs are in full flow, getting ready to serve over 3,000 hungry cruisers. And Head of Food Services, Pasquale Rousseau, takes full control of the nightly operation.
Now my cook prepare the cold plate for tonight. You know, this is a typical Italian dish: salami, capicollo, and tomato, cherry tomato. Guy, how many plates you prepare? Just you prepare now?
Around 400 on deck 5 and deck 6 around 1,000.
Deck 6, 1,000. Okay. Hi Mio, how are you?
Hi, fine.
Fine. Tonight Persico, eh?
See, double.
Yes. How many you prepare? How many portions you prepare for tonight?
1,000.
1,000? Almost 1,000. Yes, big fillet. It's so nice, this fillet, huh?
Yes, yes.
In of this part, how many pieces you cut of one fillet, more or less?
Sometimes 4, sometimes 5 pieces.
Yeah.
1 piece of 120 grams.
Okay.
Baking bread on the MSC Fantasia is a 24-hour operation, with fresh bread being baked for every time of the day, from breakfast to lunch and evening meal, along with specialty breads for the grand buffets. Some parts of the kitchen are specially called out for special dietary needs.
This area is completely dedicated to gluten-free. You know the sign, every part of the galley have the sign gluten-free preparation. All is dedicated. The utensil, plate, cook is completely dedicated for this special service.
We all have a sweet tooth, and that means the pastry and dessert chefs are kept busier than most. As all passengers are now on board, certain areas of the ship are becoming popular right away, like the spa area, where some passengers are already starting to enjoy the services of the specially trained staff. Up in the VIP MSC Yacht Club area, Danny, one of the butlers, are hard at work as he starts to unpack guests' luggage, while the guests relax and take life easy. Back in reception, passenger services manager Dana is now dealing with the questions from guests who've just boarded.
Hey, good afternoon. Can I help you, madam?
Yes, I have a problem. I cannot open the door.
Which is your cabin number?
8004, please.
Oh, but it's 5004, your cabin number. You're in the wrong floor.
That makes sense.
Okay. Try it again.
As the ship gently sets sail, the evening starts to fall, and the atrium of the ship starts to come alive with music, and the restaurants prepare to serve new guests for the first time. And as always, first impressions are really important. In the ship's theatre, the L'Avant-Garde, the cast are getting ready to perform the first of 2 shows tonight to an audience of over 2,000. That's larger than most theatres in towns across the UK. The shows have to be glitzy, fun, and to be understood by passengers in multitudes of languages. Back in the kitchens, service is underway to feed passengers, and the operation needs to be slick to make sure everything arrives on the table just as the customer expects it. Meanwhile, back at the theatre, the curtain's about to go up on another show, and the cast get themselves ready.
2 minutes, short time.
You don't have to be
Then, it's showtime. The rest of the ship is now settling into cruising the Med, with guests relaxing and enjoying the lounges and entertainment, and just chatting. Cruise director Anna-Marie Bissot is the star herself. Each night she takes time to walk the floor of all the bars, lounges and entertainment venues to ensure guests are enjoying their experience on board the MSC Fantasia.
So we are in Transatlantico and the people are enjoying the lovely music of our piano player. I think that everything is okay. Lovely music, lovely space, and downstairs there is the casino. And now we enter in another very, very beautiful lounge where people enjoying the jazz music. Now we have a piano player, and then follows a nice band with the jazz music. And now we'll ask to some guests if really is enjoying tonight. Buonasera, good evening. Everything okay?
Okay.
Yeah, are you enjoying the music and the night?
Yes.
Yeah, you like the ship?
Yes.
Very well, very well.
My
Seven ship. MSC, eh?
MSC.
Always MSC, eh?
And then we cruise into the night, as tomorrow is another day, on the MSC Fantasia.
Thanks, John. Just a quick reminder about our first-time guide to cruising is available to you absolutely free of charge. If you'd like a copy, give us a call on 03330 032 216. Calls will be charged at standard national rates. You can also get in touch and request a copy through our website at www.holidayandcruisechannel.co.uk. Hello and welcome back to All Aboard, the series where we take you on board cruise ships for a look behind the scenes. Let's head to the dockside and join John Cooper, who is on board Cunard's Queen Elizabeth.
From the moment you step on board the Queen Elizabeth, you are surrounded by elegance of a bygone age, an age of service. And throughout the ship, you'll never really forget who the ship was named after. There's even this iconic artwork created by Viscount Linley himself. It's all here for you. Once you've checked in, you'll find plenty to do. The top deck is spacious and elegant, with plenty of places just to relax and take it easy. The modern, comfortable staterooms have all you could possibly want to relax and enjoy your holiday, including a fully equipped bathroom. Why not treat yourself to a balcony stateroom where you can watch the world go by? Well, food is a major part of any cruise holiday, and there's so much of it. This is the Lido buffet where they serve virtually everything, and I've never seen it closed. I was here at 2 o'clock in the morning, it was open. I was here at 7 o'clock the other morning, and it was still open then. And there's so much choice, I think you're going to be bowled over by it. And there are some healthy options too. But you don't have to stick with them. The choice is yours, and there's so much to do. It just keeps on coming. The Golden Lion pub is your local at sea. It serves all the usual ales you'd expect in a British pub and a whole lot more besides, and it has a great lunchtime menu serving things like a traditional beer, battered fish and chips with mushy peas. It also has Cumberland pie and of course a ploughman's lunch. I think I'll have that, but don't tell the ploughman. Well, the old jokes are the best. You'll also find daily quizzes here and your chance to have a flutter at bingo too. It really is like being at home. The Winter Garden is an ideal place just to relax and take it easy and let the curse of the day just melt away. And if there is something special going on, like a big football game, this is the place they'll show it. afternoon tea is a very civilised affair on any Cunard ship. With the white-gloved service, the choice of teas, you can sit back and enjoy a good old cuppa whilst the music plays. You can choose from the finger sandwiches, the cakes and the cream scones. If you forget your favourite book or are looking for a little research on the next port of call, the onboard library is extensive and well worth a visit just to have a look around. If you're looking for something a little more challenging, there's a huge selection of board games to choose from. If you like a game of whist, then you won't be disappointed. You can even have lessons in how to play. Maybe you're looking for something more informal and fun. Well, there's line dancing most days, but there is so much entertainment.
The entertainment on board Queen Elizabeth is very varied, and we have a daily programme which is right here, and this is delivered to the guests every evening for the following day, so they have time to look over what is happening, and it has a rundown of all the daily activities and all the evening entertainment. We have wonderful shows which feature our singers and dancers with fantastic sets and scenery and costumes, very lively entertainment. We also have classes for guests who want to learn more about computers, iPads, lots of different workshops and things like that guests can sign up for, and that's held down in the grand lobby in Connections. We have children who sail, and we have a lovely facility upstairs. We have a room for young children, and then a separate room for the teenagers with game consoles and a very, very highly qualified staff that run both of the different facilities.
So, Cunard, two kids, who'd have thought they've got everything here, from buckets and spades to even climbing frames, and a whole host of staff willing to look after your children while you have a great time. There's so much here, including trikes, but this one's a bit small for me. I'll go get a bigger one. Cunard is a very British affair. Whichever Cunard ship you sail on, there's some things that's equally as good, like the Royal Spa, where you can relax and enjoy some of the finest pampering available at sea. And why not? After all, this is your holiday. After so much good food and relaxation, you may want to try and work some of the excess off. Well, there's a really good, well-equipped gymnasium, and they even have classes available too, if you want to be part of a group. One of the great things about being on board are the retail opportunities, and it's great. Everything from duty-frees to perfume, jewellery, and lots of other good things as well, including lots of little knickknacks to take back as presents. Do you think if we get this for Laura, she'll do the dishes? Let's hope so. Cashier. From souvenirs to perfume to fine jewellery, there's even an art gallery on board, so you can bring back something that will really remind you of your cruise holiday for many years to come. But even the captain admits that's why Cunard are so special.
We do things very differently. We are steeped in tradition. We've been doing the same things for many, many years. Of course, the company grew up on the transatlantic service mainly, but also on our round world voyages, which we were the first company to actually start doing round world voyages. One thing that people know, if they've never cruised before, they need to be prepared to be surprised, and very pleasantly surprised, because I think a lot of people misunderstand what we're all about and what we do on here, and I think there's something for everyone, and that's the key to what we do. And we have a very traditional style of service, a very traditional product, and people really enjoy it.
And that's what makes Cunard so special. From the music that seems to fill the ship, As for the main restaurant, the grandeur of it all is spectacular, where you can have romantic tables for two or share a larger table to meet up with new friends. If you fancy some speciality, darling, there's always the Veranda, which is a French restaurant, and the food is, ooh la la, absolutely superb. And I have been reassured that at sea there's no calories in chocolate, which is good news to me. The desserts are to die for, and I have to admit, the other courses were equally tempting and tasty. On every voyage, they have a grand buffet night where the chefs show off what they can really do, from ice carvings to spectacular cakes and desserts. I know you'll be tempted. Of an evening, the ship just comes alive, including relaxing places to have a drink or dancing to a live orchestra, and of course, there's always the Sharon. This is the Royal Court Theatre, and as you can see, it's theatre in a grand style. Not only is there wonderful productions on the stage, they also show movies here as well. And why not treat yourself to a box? For heaven's sake, you're on holiday. Well, I better sit down. The show's about to start.
Thanks, John. Just a quick reminder about our first-time guide to cruising. It is available to you absolutely free of charge. If you'd like a copy, give us a call on 03330 032 216. Calls will be charged at standard national rates. You can also get in touch and request a copy through our website at www.holidayandcruisechannel.co.uk. Well, sadly, that's all we have time for on this edition of All Aboard. But do join me next time when we'll be taking a look on board more cruise ships. Until then, goodbye.